Hey everyone, welcome back to another market update. Here are my takeaways from the month of September 2022. We are beginning to see the effect of interest rates and how they have impacted the housing market in Monterey County. To better understand this, we need to go back to August 15th, 2022. On this day, the Fed announced that interest rates will increase by 0.75% in September. The market had been expecting this and it was priced in. We saw mortgage rates fall below 6%, which is where it was above most of August, and people were pre-qualified and got into contract for 30-day escrows with rates under 6%. We didn't see huge sales volume in September, but we expect to see an increase in sales volume in October when everything sells, if it does. There were a ton of escrows that took place at the end of August, and people are expected to close this month in October. Here's what happened. Savvy customers locked in lower rates and got offers accepted in a record amount of time as sellers saw a low inventory environment in Monterey County, and multiple cities received offers for over asking and under 10 days on the market or less. This is quite the opposite of what was expected and what the Federal Reserve wants. The Federal Reserve is hoping to slow everything down and remove more currency from the economy. However, we are seeing things selling faster in Monterey County real estate, putting more money back into the economy. At their most recent meeting, the Fed has said they want to focus on jobs and preventing a wage price spiral, meaning that wages cannot keep going up to keep up with the pace of inflation, because that will heat up the economy, putting more money back into the economy and causing the dollar to surge higher and everything becoming more expensive, and they would have to take more aggressive measures in order to rein in the new compounding inflation, which could also most likely be interpreted as stagflation, which is what happened in the 80s. So now that you understand the general economic picture and theme of September real estate in Monterey County, let's dive into the individual numbers in Monterey County for the month of September. The hottest markets in September for Monterey County were Carmel, Monterey, Salinas, Seaside, and Greenfield. For the month of September, we had a 48% absorption rate of homes listed to homes selling, which is pretty even. We saw 465 active listings currently in Monterey, and in the county, 227 of those sold in September. 280 houses were listed in September, giving us an absorption rate of 81. This is extremely high and shows we are still in a seller's market in Monterey County. As inventory slows down, mortgage rates remain high, buyers have trouble affording homes. We should see that 81% number come down in October, but as mentioned earlier in the video, we are seeing homes sell for faster and over asking price. This is a definitive sign of a seller's dominated market. What this means for you was that the market was red hot in September. Demand kept a good pace with listings, and 81% of homes sold in September. A few houses I had offers in were up against multiple offers before being accepted. This is a testament to pricing your listing at a really great price. This shows that houses are still selling fast if they are priced correctly. If your listing is not priced correctly, we did see a staggering number of withdrawn, expired, and canceled listings. With withdrawn listings reaching 28, expired listings were at 20, and canceled listings were at 28 for the month of September in Monterey County. Surprisingly, we saw a huge shock in multiple cities for the month of September. For instance, in Carmel, sellers really benefited last month from low inventory and temporary relief from mortgage rates. In Carmel, we saw 6 houses sell for the month of September. Although this is a low number, it is the days on market and the fact that all of these, except one, sold for over asking. Even a house that was listed for 122 days on market sold for over asking. Currently, there are 54 active listings right now in Carmel. This is still about half of the inventory, and if we do see more relief in mortgage rates, which by the way we have not seen in the past 2 weeks, then we could see a real surprise as home prices rise and listings and sellers end up remaining in full control. We saw a 50% absorption rate in September for Carmel. This shows that the demand is still there as well, despite high mortgage rates. People are still looking for houses. In Carmel Valley, currently, we have 30 active listings. There were 4 active this week and 3 sold. This gives us an absorption rate of 75%, which is also very high and indicates that Carmel Valley is also going the way of a seller's market. 2 of the 3 that sold in Carmel Valley were sold for under asking. So you don't see the same demand in Carmel Valley yet as you see in Carmel, but you see buyers still looking in that area. In East Garrison, we currently have 5 active listings this week, and 3 out of the 5 were on the market for over 70 days. 0 sold and we saw 2 price drops out of the 5 that are currently for sale. There are 2 pending and 1 contingent sale in East Garrison. This has been an area of slow growth. There were 3 withdrawn for expired and 9 canceled listings in East Garrison in September. We saw 8 sell from July to October in total. Still an area of slow growth. Greenfield, being one of the more interesting markets in Monterey County, has seen a bunch of activity in September. Currently, we have 22 active listings in Greenfield, 6 listings sold, and 6 listings sold for over asking price. 3 of these were sold for over 35 days on the market, and we have 11 active listings this week in Greenfield with 5 price reductions. These 5 price reductions have been on the market for over 20 days. In King City, we saw 5 active listings this week and 1 sell. We saw 3 listings sit on the market for over 40 days. There are 15 active listings in the month of September and 19 active total right now in King City. We are going in depth with Monterey because I want to show how the month of September has affected home prices in the city of Monterey. For Monterey, we had 19 houses sell in September. 9 of these have been on the market for over 40 days. Monterey had 11 price decreases in September and 10 new listings in September. Here are some examples of houses that sold in Monterey for over asking, which we saw 6 out of 19 sell for over asking, and they were on the market for less than 10 days. 641 Newton Street is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, plus a guest house at 1,233 square feet on a 5,000 square foot lot and an 811 square foot ADU completely remodeled. This house sold for $1 million, well above asking, and was only on the market for 8 days before it went into contract. One of the things that I would like to point out is the big lots and space seems to be desirable, as this is a pattern with all the houses that have sold for over asking and seem to have bigger lots. 55 Crest has been on the market for 2 days before it went into contract, and it was sold for $50,000 over asking, and it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath condo listed at 2,040 square feet with a 2,200 square foot lot. 100 and Shady Lane was on the market for 6 days and sold for $100,000 over asking. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house listed at 1,594 square feet plus a 10,000 square foot lot. This house was built in 1963. 782 Cypress was sold for $98,000 over asking. It was on the market for 10 days. It is a 1,359 square foot house plus a 5,227 square foot lot. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and it was built in 1930. 135 Littlefield is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house at 2,265 square feet on a 15,000 square foot lot. It was bought by an investor. It was on the market for 5 days and sold for $46,000 over asking, and it was built in 1976. 110 Cuesta Drive was on the market for 16 days. It sold for $30,000 over asking. It is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house at 4,559 square feet on an 11,500 square foot lot. It was built in 2006 and it went for $30,000 over asking price. 31% of listings in September in Monterey County sold for over asking price. There were 22 active listings in Monterey. 9 of these have been on the market for over 40 days. Currently in Monterey, there are 39 active listings. 15 of these are contingent and 3 are pending. This gives us an even 50% absorption rate for the current time in Monterey. Monterey had 11 price decreases in September and 10 new listings in September. If we didn't see the fact that these houses were selling so fast and for over asking, Monterey would be an average balanced market. In Pacific Grove, there are 22 active listings. We saw 10 contingent listings and 2 go pending in September. There were 2 houses sold in September. 1 sold was on the market for 3 days. Both listings sold for under asking. In September, Pacific Grove had a 22% absorption rate. There were 2 price decreases in September. One that has been on the market for 63 days got dropped by almost $70,000. Another space that had been on the market for 63 days dropped by $80,000. There were 0 withdrawn and 0 expired listings in Pacific Grove. In Pebble Beach, we saw 12 active listings. In September, we saw 1 sell. The one that sold was being listed on the market for only 3 days before it went into contract. The asking price was $5,400,000, and it was a 30-day escrow. There were 5 price decreases in Pebble Beach, and all 5 have been on the market for over 70 days. There are 32 active listings right now in Pebble Beach, 3 contingent and 3 pending. In Salinas, they continue to lead the county with 118 active listings. Currently, we only saw, surprisingly, shockingly, selling for November. We saw 0 sell in November. There are 61 active and 31 price decreases in September. 2 out of the 4 sold in Salinas. There were 4 sold in Salinas. They were only on the market for 7 days, and they were sold for over $30,000 asking. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,440 square foot house, again on a 43,000 square foot lot that was built in 1976. Another sold for over asking by $27,000. It was a 900 square foot house on an 8,000 square foot lot built in 1935 that was only on the market for 2 days. In Salinas, we saw 6 pending plus 11 contingent contracts in September. There were 4 listings that have been on the market for under 20 days that went pending. 2 of these were in Creek Bridge neighborhood, and all 11 contingent went into contract in under 20 days. And 2 of these were also in Creek Bridge. There were 9 decreases in the month of September, and 6 of these have been on the market for over 30 days in Salinas. Seaside had 9 active listings, 2 contingent, and 5 pending in September. The 5 pending have all been on the market for 5 days or less. And actually, it's the same with the other 2 contingent contracts. They have been on the market for 5 days or less as well. This means that homes are selling really fast in Seaside. Also, The 9 active listings that have been on the market were on the market for under 30 days, and we saw price decreases in Seaside. All 8 price decreases have been on the market for over 20 days. There is 0 sold in Seaside in September. There are a total of 26 active listings right now in Seaside, 4 contingent and 9 pending. This gives us a 50% absorption rate for the week in Seaside, which mimics the Monterey market as we see a 50% absorption rate, but we see things selling fast. Although nothing sold in September, we do have a good amount of contingent and pending in Seaside, so we are going to see how homes sell for quicker in these areas, and that continues as a pattern into October. Overall, this has been a very surprising study into the market in Monterey County for the month of September. If you watched to the end of this video, I really appreciate it, and let me know if you have any questions or how I did. I'm always here for you in the good times or the bad. Any way I can help, I would love to be assistance as well as have your back with anything real estate related. Next week, we will highlight the immediate effects of the jobs report, which is scheduled to come out on this Friday, October 7th. This is going to either send markets higher and keep the stock market roaring back along as it has been for the first 2 days of this week, or it's going to drive negative sentiment and affect yields and bonds, ultimately impacting mortgage rates negatively and sending these prices higher, or it will be positive and we will see rates continue to drop, where we will then see the hot housing market trend continue in Monterey County. Keep in mind, this is local and hyper-focused to Monterey County and does not necessarily mean the same for other counties in and around Monterey. Thanks for your time and your attention. I look forward to bringing you another video next week. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.